her first screening for hearing. They couldn't get a proper one because she was also born with a dent in her head, so they assumed that, yeah, she was hearing impaired, and it wasn't until later on that we found out that, yeah, she was hearing impaired. But at the time, we were more concentrated on the dent in her head. So she was born with cranial synostosis. The main concerns was Diamond being able to communicate with us and hearing, "I love you, Mum," you know, or hearing her say, "I love you, Dad." Just her communication as a whole, not being able to tell people what was wrong, you know, or how she was feeling, and us not being able to relay things to her. That was my biggest fear. I don't really have those anymore. Because with New Zealand Sign, you know, we're getting there, we're understanding her more, and she's, you know, getting less frustrated with us. I didn't know any New Zealand Sign Language. I just knew, you know, the obvious I, maybe, because that's just a form of how I use my hands speaking anyways. And the alphabet, that's all I knew. And by that time when we had Diamond, I had forgotten some of the New Zealand alphabet. So a matter of learning was just through Diamond support with Kelston, with Katie, Janine, Rachel. They taught me a lot, still are. I think for me it's the communication and understanding and the patience that, you know, we as hearing people who never have had that New Zealand Sign Language before, it was just hard to kind of look to the future and wonder what was going to be, how we were going to do this. Yeah, just communication. As a family, it's that we're all on our different levels, although it's not a disadvantage. The fact that we're all learning together is a plus. It just adds. We think it's a bonus. We love it. We love using sign and people watching us use it. Very proud. Diamond's pretty good with understanding people. She's probably the only one of Diamond's cousins that does sign more with her, and so she knows a lot more than her other cousins. Life sets you up to just know. She was no different from our other children raising her, but the only fact was she was deaf. She was just deaf, so learning sign was a bonus to help communicate with her. We already had 1.5 languages. We have English, then we have a daughter who's at a Māori school who speaks Māori. So we kind of average as a trilingual family with sign. It was just added to the languages that we do have. Before I started New Zealand Sign, I was learning Te Reo, but when we had Diamond, found out she was deaf later on, it's like, oh, we got to learn sign. So Māori got pushed aside for me, and I've been straight into New Zealand Sign Language, which I'm more further along than I am with Māori. I think all our family and friends are supportive and find it interesting that we have another language. We get heaps of support, especially from Katie here in Hamilton, again, Janine, Rachel. Then Sue comes and helps with her oral language. Tons of support. I feel blessed. We're blessed to have the support that we do. Find the sources and the means to communicate with your child no matter what. Even if the future sees them wearing support of other kinds, hearing aids, cochlear implants, still find that language to communicate with your child.
So today we're going to be doing a little bit of tihi about Christmas. We're going to write about what you know about Christmas, kapai, what your whānau might do, and yeah, that's pretty much what you know. So in a minute I'm going to get you going to a circle. Christmas. You what on Christmas? To this, David. This little big.
I'm very thankful. I feel like since they've been in our life, it's opened up a whole new world. You know, we've learnt so much through sign, and can never be thankful enough. Never. Diamond's community, the deaf community, is, you know, a part of our family now. Whether just because we're hearing it, our child belongs to this community, and we choose to support her. You know, it's just meeting new people, deaf role models, deaf business people, deaf teachers, deaf tutors. You know, it's a good combination for a child to be somebody and something when they get older, especially a deaf child.
Come, Norton, ready? When I say Norton, you should come. Say, Norton!
I don't think it's any different to my other children. I hope that when Diamond grows up, leaves school, she can graduate high, at her best after school. I hope that she does something that she's happy about, maybe teaching, you know, children in her community. That'll be amazing. But right now, she's the kind of child that can go anywhere, do anything. She's very sporty, so who knows where she'll be. Very, what do you call it? She's curious all the time, so no fear, which is hard for us. So hard that she's got no fears. She just goes, jumps into anything, does anything, gives anything a go. So whatever she'll be, she will be happy and can only support her.